Motivation. 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 What is up, and welcome back to another episode of So There's That. I am your hostess doing the absolute mostest, Key Von Chi, and we are here, Reasonable Doubt, Season 2, Episode 3. It's crazy. And I also have a dog in my lap. Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Say hi to the people. What did you think about Episode 3? Huh, baby? What did you think? Was it good? Yeah? It was good? Emayatzi did really good. The cast did great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right. Thank you, baby. Go sit down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. Good boy. We are here. And I had two Celsiuses. So here we are. So we are here with another non-spoiler review. I think for this show, I really want to be non-spoilery, mainly because a lot of the things that's really intriguing me about the direction of season 2 has really nothing to do with the plot or like recapping what's happening, so much as like the emotional undertones and the background of things that's happening. And it's, as I'm watching it, it's like really frustrating me. So I'm just like, you know what, we're gonna talk about the things that they don't necessarily speak about or that's not written in the script per se, but it's absolutely happening throughout the episodes. So before we get into it, I don't have any life updates or anything like that. Let me fix my lights. Let me clear my throat. So no life updates since the last time we were here. So we're just gonna jump right into the episode. So season 2, episode 3 is 47 minutes long. It's titled Part 2, On the Run. Okay, love the Beyonce reference. Y'all already know, if you've seen my previous episodes, that music is like ingrained in the show. It's absolutely a extra, a background character, a supporting character, depending on what's happening in the scene. The music accentuates what's going on. The genre of the show and this episode is drama. This episode was written by Michelle Flowers from IMDb. It looks like she just wrote on season 1. I didn't see any other writing credits for any other shows. So shout out to you, Michelle Flowers, for keeping a steady job and for them loving the things and the content that you put out, for them to hire you to continue to write with the seasons. And the director is Krystal Roberson Dorsey. She's known for The Gilded Age, Queens, which starred Eve and Brandy, as well as BMF. So just having women writers, women directors, again, this goes back to the Onyx Collective and them just creating a space, avenue, and opportunities for people who aren't mainstream to get opportunities to write, direct, be in front of the screen, be behind the screen, be on cast, crew, all types of things. So really, really love everything that the Onyx Collective is doing, and I'm so excited to see it grow and expand. The cast, if you don't remember, or if this is your first time listening to me, Emayatzi Corinealdi, who plays Jax, McKinley Freeman, who plays her husband Louis, Tim Joe, who works for Jax, his name is Daniel, Angela Grovey, who is Jax's assistant, she plays Krystal, Shannon Kane plays Shanelle, and Morris Chestnut plays Corey. And in this episode, we also have new players, Isabella as a character and Adrian as a character. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Shanelle, baby girl. Shanelle has now found herself in a pickle because she's running from the law, and I'm disappointed because of course it's behind some dick. Okay, like we're here and running from the law because of a man. And now we're here with another man. Like, I don't understand. I understand, but I don't understand. Shanelle is on the run because she is being charged with first-degree murder of her husband, who was beating her for however long. It's really putting everybody in a jam, mostly, I mean, obviously the lawyers, but mostly her friends and her family and things of that nature, because her cousin, who loves her so much and who's known about the abuse for so long, has now jeopardized her family unit, jeopardized her marriage for Shanelle. So we are here with this single decision that Shanelle made that is really like dropping a bomb on the lives of the people who love her the most. We find that maybe the reason for everything that really blew up between Shanelle and JT is because she was having an affair. Now, he was already very abusive, but I think the affair may have been like the straw that broke the camel's back, which put Shanelle in this legal situation in the first place. But outside of all of that, okay, outside of all of that, Jax is struggling. Jax has anti-anxiety meds, and literally the day that she got cleared to go back to work, it's been this situation with Shanelle. And something that's really upsetting me and my homegirls is the fact that nobody's checking on Jax. None of her friends are asking to see how the situation is impacting her personal life. This is a woman who saw someone that she cared about end his life in her face after kidnapping her, tying her to a chair and gagging her and forcing her to watch this thing happen. She's not ready to be back at work mentally, emotionally, or anything like that. And it's just really sad watching Jax have to be the strong black woman, to watch her cry into her car and just have like small miniature panic attacks, because this is overwhelming. Everything that's happening with Shanelle, the abuse that she went through, reminding her of her stepfather abusing her when she was younger, it's all like crashing into her. And it's really making me mad that people close to her, not her husband, but people close to her, aren't even making an attempt to see if she's okay. Shout out to Lewis and him just trying to be present, trying to make it work, and constantly asking her, like, are you taking your medication? How are you feeling? You know you don't have to do this alone, and stuff like that. I really love the direction of their marriage and the direction that counseling is taking them, so that they can be closer, because Jax needs someone, and her friend dynamic is broken. It's shattered, and she don't have no homegirl that she can go to, because everybody's focus is on Shanelle. And so friends, I do believe like friends is very important. Friendship outside of your partner is absolutely important. But shout out to Lewis for stepping up and being her husband and her friend and holding down the household while she's trying to figure out how she fits in with helping Corey Cash with the case with Shanelle. Now, because she's like having to put on this mask, she's slipping back into her old ways. I think in one of the episodes, I think the last episode that I talked about, or last week, was the fact that her outfits and her hair show who she's representing and who she's trying to present to her friends. So of course she has like bomb outfits, a bomb wig. Okay, like Jax is me. I remember when I was going through one of the roughest times in my life. I had new wigs like every other day. My waves was on point, my makeup was on point, even though I was struggling and really depressed and anxious on the inside. So as I'm watching Jax, Givenchy is like, girl, come out on the other side. Like, take my hand, grab it, sis, please. Because I personally know that this is not the way, and I just really am waiting for a character to be there for her. So we have all of these things going on, but with Lewis's help, and when she's in her car and she's freaking out, he's there reminding her, did you take your medication? Okay, well, you don't have your medication. Let's do our deep breathing. Let's do our exercises, while he's handling things at home as well. And so we see him shift from that ultimatum side to, how can I be present for one of the toughest times in my wife's life? And so with that support, we see a Jax that is attacking this a little bit differently. So she has to humble herself before Corey, because in the last episode we saw that she undermined him, and it really backfired, because she's a woman who doesn't know how to let go, doesn't know how to relinquish control, especially in the workplace. Like I said before, she's like the high roller. Nobody's on her level. And she called in a childhood friend, Corey, to help assist, because she knew she needed help. But while she was able to take that first step of asking, like her therapist said, it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to admit it, she had to then, through her own mistake and miscalculation, learn how to be in the background of something that's really important to her, how to trust a colleague. And so in Corey Cash, we see, whether they show it or not, we see years of her having to lean on her own discernment, lean on her own strength and her capabilities. We see her now struggling with a friend of hers, somebody she trusts enough to come and help one of her best friends. And there's this power struggle. And I love that he calls it out. He calls it out straight to her face. Like, are you trying to get me to lose? And she genuinely is like, no. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. And apologizing and saying, I understand that I'm overstepping my bounds. I've never been here before, but I reached out to you because I trust you. I know you, and I know that you can give everything that I know that I can give, but in a way that's not so emotionally attached, and I'm sorry. And so we see this shift in Jax, where in season 1 she had her homegirls kind of telling them things that was going on. They knew enough, right? But then we see where maybe she may have had a distrust in men. She has these vulnerable moments with Corey, and appropriately vulnerable moments with her husband, where you're seeing a soft Jax. Who would have thunk it? I'm loving the fact that her eyebrows aren't scrunched anymore, and her face is not like squeezed up and stuff like that, and just always on the defensive. We're slowly seeing that armor come off, like one piece at a time, and it's really beautiful to watch in real time. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we have Jax, but then, you know, we also wonder, like, what's Corey's motivation? Is he here for Jax? And then we see that Corey has a personal motivation and a little bit of a vendetta to also win this case. So the character development and the story development and the plot line behind Corey and how this fits in is interesting. And I'm really curious to see where it goes. Especially because I didn't see it coming. But it's really nice to have like a character that's very much like Jax, egotistical, cocky, rightfully so, but then there's this weak spot. So where we had Jax and Damon, we now have Corey and Isabella. Then on the flip side, we're looking at other people's motivations and their intent behind some of the main characters, and one of those being Adrian. So Shanelle ran off with Adrian, who apparently was another football player that JT like brought on to like the agency or something like that. There was a relationship, and it appears that a boundary was crossed between Shanelle and Adrian. But Adrian has his own motivations. Are they sinister? Is he being blackmailed? I don't know. But what we do know is that the visibility around, like, surrounding Shanelle's case, there is a personal investment with Jax, Corey, and Adrian. And we just really met Adrian, right? We don't really know him. And so we're seeing, just in the writing, these characters now rise up and come to the forefront of whatever is going on. And I'm enjoying it because now we can explore maybe the healing side of Jax, while the drama of Shanelle, Corey, Adrian, and even Shanelle's cousin kind of take a leap forward. And so why this excites me, one, because it keeps the energy and like my attention of the show. Two, there's jobs in the future for these characters. And three, it shows that in the writer's room, there are writers who are specifically connecting with certain characters and finding a way to weave them in so that we can actually get away from archetypes and caricatures and actually grow human beings as we go throughout the season. So there's that on Reasonable Doubt Season 2, Episode 3. Predictions that I have. First and foremost, I am ready for Jax and Lewis. Let's get it on. Ow! I'm ready. Like, oh my God, they gave us so much and yet so little in season 1. I'm ready for them to consummate the reunion of their marriage. Sorry, send them kids to Mama Lou's house for like a week. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like, honestly, I don't even care about nobody else because y'all are stressing my girl out. You're stressing my girl out, okay? Then now her man is stressed out. He's trying to hold it down. He's doing a really good job. But like, they got some things to do. They got some things to catch up on, and we cannot just be focused on Shanelle. At some point, Jax needs to focus on Jax, and it's really pissing me off that the other people aren't focused on her. So other predictions, I really need Daniel and Krystal to hone in on Jax. Did you throw up? Oh, okay, he just landed at my feet because love. I'm just really needing them. I just need a village around Jax. I really am looking forward to people recognizing the toll that this is taking on Jax and giving her the support that she needs so that she can draw from them and have the energy to support Shanelle. It seems like everybody's just like Shanelle. But Jax, please help. Jax, what can you do? Jax. And so they're pulling from her cup and nobody's filling it back up. And so I just have a personal vendetta as far as like that prediction goes. Other predictions, I don't know. I am truly, this is some good writing. This is some CIA, FBI, Secret Squirrel level writing. I have no idea where it's gonna go, but those are the things that I want to happen. Will they? I don't know. We're gonna find out next week. All that being said, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment in the comment box below. Follow me on Instagram at So There's That Podcast, and follow me on Twitter at KeyVonShe. This is gonna wrap up today's episode. Catch me next week as we dive into episode 4, and we're gonna see if any of our predictions come true. But let me know what y'all think. What frustrates you? What makes you excited about the show? Where do we want to see Jax go? What do we want Corey to do? Who's Isabella, and what is Adrian up to? Like, we need to find this out ASAP. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
Phase it.